tell me when it's live. What's up, everybody? Paige Dimakos back with Talk Hoops or Zach Harper.
Either one.
And either one, or Talk Jupes as I called him earlier.
Sure.
He's everything to that. And what we have going on now is the championship round, the final round. The Kings Landing we've been running for over a month. We have seen a couple of upsets, mostly the Sacramento Kings, who had a very strong showing. Shout out to Carmichael Dave for, I don't know if it's so much a shout out,
right,
but really his entire audience did the opposite of what he told them.
Here's what I think's happened.
Okay.
I think this whole thing's rigged.
Wow.
I haven't seen any voting results. I haven't seen any numbers. I just hear, oh, this team won, with no proof at all.
So this is the time where I remind Zach that this whole entire voting process has been living and continues to live
Who's
on
to
our
say?
highlights on our Instagram
Who's
page.
to say? No one knows.
So
you can make those graphics anywhere.
No, these are facts. Zach does not like facts, but we're speaking in facts only today.
I like the facts that back up what I say.
Yes.
That's what I like.
So not facts. Okay.
Right.
All right. So the final two teams, which could potentially be an actual NBA Finals matchup, the Houston Rockets, the Cleveland Cavaliers. When we started this whole journey, I would say those two teams were probably the two most likely teams to get LeBron.
Yeah, maybe the Lakers in there as well.
Yep.
We got a little squirrely with like some Warriors talk, but other than that, it's pretty much been Cleveland versus Houston this whole time.
Yes, we did throw in Philadelphia. They had a strong showing.
Yeah, Philly showed out pretty strong.
But the Final Four was exactly how we had expected it to be.
I really thought the Pittsburgh Steelers had a great chance. I gotta be honest.
So here's where this is where I blame Juju, because listen, Juju dipped out. He was like, I'm not doing this anymore.
Like it was a playoff game. I don't know. Did he do well in the playoffs?
No.
Okay. Yeah, like it was a playoff game.
Yeah, just well done.
Yeah.
Well done, Zach. He knew that going into that and then asked right
Exactly.
afterwards. So we are here to get you guys to vote for where you think LeBron James is going to go. Zach is representing the Cleveland Cavaliers, the team that LeBron obviously currently plays for. I am representing the #1 seed, the Houston Rockets. And that's an actual #1 seed, not like a fake #1 seed, just in case you were wondering.
Who's to say?
So, Zach, you're the underdog.
Underdog?
Yeah, you're the underdog.
He lives in Cleveland. He went back to Cleveland. Underdog.
Have you been to Cleveland?
I have been to Cleveland.
Yeah, not so
It's
great.
okay. It's
Not so
fine.
great.
LeBron likes it.
Sure. I think he likes LA a lot more, or his Instagram would say that he likes
Right,
LA
yeah.
a lot more because he's been there a lot more often. Let's argue this. I'll let you start with the Cavs. I think both of us, it's safe to say both of us think he could really go to either one of these places. So this is more about you guys. This is more realistically, where do you think he is going to end up? Because I think either one of these options is a great option. There were some teams where we had to argue, and I had to make a lot of stuff up. You made up altitude as an actual reason for him to go to Denver.
That's a legitimate argument.
That might have been the best argument that you had, altitude. So I'll let you start. Why should he stay, in your opinion, stay in Cleveland?
Eastern Conference. It is the easiest way. One, the team's good. Like, they're not as good as they were the last couple of years, but they're still good enough to make the finals every year, and it's about making the finals and competing for a championship. I do like that, whether it's been David Griffin or now Kobe Altman, they've done a good job of transforming the roster pretty much on the fly. Isaiah Thomas was a problem that got him out of there. They brought in some better role players, and it looks like they're more set up for postseason success, but it still relies on LeBron being great, right?
Yeah, 100%.
But yeah, you want to stay in the East because Philly's coming. Philly's really good.
Yep.
They're going to be good
Getting
for a long
better.
time, but LeBron's window is about another 3 or 4 years.
Yes.
You can keep that window very open in Cleveland by staying in the East, by sticking with that team, by putting pressure on them to move that Brooklyn pick for another veteran. You can do a lot with that roster right now. So I just think it makes sense for him to stay home. And even, I'm not saying sign a 4-year deal.
No.
5-year deal. Do the 1-on-1. And like I've said before, you keep Dan Gilbert hostage by saying...
That's your favorite part of this argument.
It is, because Dan Gilbert's the worst. And by holding him hostage and his franchise hostage, every year you go into the summer saying, hey, maybe I'll be back next year, maybe I won't be.
Dan Gilbert every year.
You're not going to be able to prepare for it.
Yeah.
I love that.
Okay. While I agree with most of what you said, I think the better option for LeBron here is to go to a team that is having a lot of success, has one of his best friends in the world, Banana Boat Crew, Chris Paul, and in the later half of LeBron's career, he's 33, been playing for 15 years, can go to a team where he doesn't have to be responsible for doing everything. Because we all know, in Cleveland right now, he is doing everything.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
He's doing everything. And if he has what is supposed to be MVP James Harden on his team, with also Chris Paul out there who's having a magnificent season, I think with that team, the number 1 seed obviously this year, especially I think a lot of it has to do with how they do in this playoff run, how they look as a team, because we all know James Harden has been a different player in the regular season than he has been in the playoffs.
Chris Paul too.
Yes, 100%. But if this Houston team advances to the finals, if they beat the Golden State Warriors, I think that will really seal the deal for LeBron James going to Houston for a lot of reasons. One, they can create the cap space and sign him to a big deal. 2, he's a businessman, no state tax. He's going to make a lot of extra cash down there. 3, it's a ready-made team. So I think for him, basketball sense, it makes a lot of sense from a financial standpoint. Obviously, he's not hurting for money, but LeBron likes money, okay?
Yeah, he does.
LeBron likes money a lot. He's been known to be very cheap, so I'm sure saving a couple $1 million in tax money is going to be something that's interesting to him.
Yeah.
And I think just from a bigger perspective, I think for his legacy, I think beating the Warriors, because everybody has written off everybody else.
Yeah.
You and I have talked about this. People have been talking about the Warriors winning 10 championships, and they've only won 2.
That's a lot.
Okay, they've
10's
only won
a lot.
2. 10 is a lot.
Yeah.
But that's the amount of hype that's been around the Warriors.
Right.
So I think for LeBron, if he goes to the West, if he goes to Houston, and he eliminates the Golden State Warriors from becoming this huge powerhouse, I think that would say a lot for his career and for his legacy.
For sure. I mean, it's all about taking down the Warriors. The problem I have with this is, how does he fit into Mike D'Antoni's offense, right?
Okay.
Like, on the surface,
totally
great ball movement, push things, however you want to, describe how he could fit in that system. It's great, except they already have James Harden, Chris Paul, and there is something to. There's only one basketball,
for sure,
right? And with Mike D'Antoni's system, you can stagger. He's done a great job of staggering Chris Paul and James Harden, keeping everybody happy. But LeBron's a high usage guy who likes to control everything, who has been playing slower and slower as his career goes on.
For sure.
Much more of a control freak, and that's not really the Mike D'Antoni style.
Yeah.
So that's my concern. Is I think on the surface it fits, but when you get down to it, is he going to trust that Chris Paul is going to be healthy for the next time, because he's had a lot of knee issues.
For sure.
And then, what if James Harden is just a head case in the playoffs?
Okay. Yeah,
He's been bad in elimination games. And
yes,
that could just be random.
Yes,
it could be a personality flaw, whatever it is. But LeBron has to make sure, wherever I go, this is the best spot for me.
Yeah, and I think Houston will be the best spot for him, because I think when it comes down to it, he will be the guy in the playoffs still.
Right.
That although James Harden has been unbelievable, he's used to that in Cleveland, but he would have the help of some guys who maybe that would take that relief off of James Harden, the relief for Chris Paul, but they have the best player in the world that's like, listen, just follow my lead.
Right.
I'm going to take care of business, and you guys can just follow that. And I think, while yes, what you said about Mike D'Antoni's offense, you find a way. You find a way to figure out how LeBron James fits into the offense, because guess what? LeBron James fits into every offense. You figure it out, you make it work. Somebody decides, listen, we want to win a championship, and I think if this year they go to the finals and they win, that could mean a lot for LeBron James. If he sees them go and be successful, even if they go to the finals and lose in the finals, which I realistically do not think any team in the East is going to go beat any team that comes out of the West, unless there's injuries and stuff happens, which can always happen. But I think if the Rockets go, they beat the Golden State Warriors, they get to the finals, I think that's gonna cement this for LeBron James. I think it's gonna make his decision a lot easier, because he's gonna go, you know what? I'm going to a team, and he likes trolling Golden State.
He
loves trolling Golden State.
He also likes making the NBA Finals and being guaranteed.
Yes, he does.
I also think that, let's say Brooklyn's pick ends up number 1.
Okay.
Say DeMarcus Cousins doesn't look like he wants to re-sign with the Pelicans.
Okay, all right. I like where this is headed.
You can move that number 1 pick to New Orleans, who, granted, they rebounded fantastically this year.
For sure.
After the Cousins injury. But you're still dead in the water.
Yes.
No one really believes that they're going to keep Anthony Davis.
No.
You swing for the fences and try to throw every asset you can at getting Anthony Davis.
Yeah. And
see what happens. Because you'll take Anthony Davis and LeBron in Cleveland over that Houston situation.
Yes. I'll take Anthony Davis and LeBron James on any team in any situation.
You could put him on the Magic. Not even the suckitude of the Magic would ruin that combination. That's an industry term.
How about the Phoenix Suns?
Ooh, if you get rid of Devin Booker in the process, I'm in. That's not going to go well.
We got a question for Periscope, which I think is a valid question. So we'll end with this. Would any championship team win in Houston count in your personal record book?
In my personal record book?
Yes.
Not a chance.
Okay.
You're teaming up with other superstars.
I'm with you.
Act like you've done it before. Act like you've been there before.
I'm with you.
Win one on your own.
Yep.
You needed Kyrie Irving to take the big shot in 2016.
Yes, you did.
You need Dwayne Wade to hit a lot of big shots and Ray Allen to hit a lot of big shots. I want to see LeBron. You know what? I dare LeBron to go to the Minnesota Timberwolves.
Wow.
Let's see you win one in Minnesota.
This seems like a personal choice.
No,
Zach.
this is I'm a journalist. This is unbiased
Capital
journalism.
J,
yeah,
journalist.
exactly.
Yes, that is Zach. Guys, so at the end of the day, you guys are voting. You're deciding where you think LeBron James is going to end up when it comes July. Where is he going to sign? Is he going to stay in Cleveland? Or is he going to leave and take his talents to Texas and go play for the Houston Rockets? I think the better choice for him is Houston. But I do understand the personal record book.
Personal record book and hold Dan Gilbert hostage. I'm saying metaphorically, not commit an actual crime.
Yes, do not actually commit a crime,
right.
And we are not responsible if any of you do that. I must say that in this video, that we are not responsible if you actually decide to hold Dan
condoning
Gilbert hostage.
that.
Yeah, do not
Wink.
hold anybody hostage. Do not. Yeah. Okay.
Wink.
Guys, vote in the poll. I'm going to link it to the bottom of this video. Thanks for watching. Thanks for the comments that we've got, and we will announce the winner tomorrow.
Yeah.